Industry Insider is only available at Promo Corner, the leader in digital marketing for the promotional products industry. Each Monday, they discuss, dissect, and debate a single issue impacting the world of promotional marketing from every industry perspective. Now, it's time for Promo Corner's Industry Insider.
Welcome to another edition of the Industry Insider podcast, your promotional products podcast where you can get all the nerdy news you need to know about. My name is Jeff Franklin, National Accounts Manager with Headwear USA. I'm joined today by only two other lovely folks, but hey, you know them very well by this point. But hey, first we're going to talk about TechWeld USA, all right? They were made, USA made in a world filled with worry regarding overseas products. They offer many USA-made products to help separate themselves from the promotional products packed. You think about hand sanitizers, for instance, and how hot the hand sanitizer market is right now. Due to coronavirus outbreak, this is something that's trending worldwide. The CDC recommends sanitizer and washing your hands to help prevent the spread of the disease. They have many sanitizer SKUs that could help prevent the spread of the virus. They've also got a lot of FDA compliant products as well. They're FDA compliant on many of their products. In a time of uncertainty, knowledge that a product is FDA compliant is key in allowing your customers to feel at ease when placing an order. So be sure to check them out at techweld.com. You won't be sorry that you did. I am joined today. Well, I see you guys are just giggling away there. I'm not sure what that's all about. Maybe we can just start the rapid fire with answering that question. Yeah. Meg Erber, how are you? SNS Activewear.
I'm doing fantastic today. I actually won this week, but I can't honestly take all the credit. I can't take the credit. And we're talking about fantasy football. My boyfriend was so sick and tired of me losing. He set my lineup for me.
So you had the pieces all along to win? You just weren't putting them in?
I don't know. I just was really busy this year.
Yeah, well, you see that what is it now, Meg? Like 3 games that you've won. VJ's probably put in the roster on all 3 of those weeks. I'm sure that's probably the case.
Well, in my other league, I'm doing equally as bad, but I've actually beaten him. So there's that. Yeah, I mean.
Yeah. Well, a broken clock's right twice a day, Meg. So, Stephen McFadden with Perfect Promotions and More. How are you?
Hey, doing well. That's
Good.
all.
Glad to hear it. That's pretty routine. Fair enough.
Weather, fantasy football. Yep.
Today I lost by the undefeated. Actually, no, he's not undefeated anymore. He actually lost a week, right? Harold Wood with Big Graphics. The guy is a fantasy football freak apparently, and so yeah, he beat me this week. So listen, today is a very special Thanksgiving Day edition of the Industry Insider, and we're gonna just the normal 3 hosts here. We're gonna talk about things that we're thankful for today. We'll get into a little bit of promo news, and then we'll hit our rapid fire. But first and foremost, I would like to open with Meg Erber again because she voluntold Stephen that he was going to go first. So we're going to make Meg go first. Actually,
I was so prepared.
And tell us something that you're thankful for this year in 2020, a year of what seems to be, dark, luminous clouds.
Yeah, well, I think in general, seeing the good in what you have right now just completely can transform you. And I think this year has been so different where we've all had to either, again, using that word pivot that we all hate, but we've had to pivot to survive. I mean, for work, for life, just for toilet paper, for God's sake. So, I mean, you can change your daily outlook and increase your happiness, but you have to be thankful. And the more you find feelings of satisfaction, the likely you're able to see your relationships improve because you complain less and you appreciate more. So the first thing that I'm going to say that I'm thankful for today is my health. We've been so blessed that none of us were sick. And if we did get sick, then it was our immune systems. I like to credit the fact that I am doing yoga and I'm eating clean, and I feel like it's really boosted my immune system. But I'm so thankful because whereas whatever you believe with COVID, it is real, no matter what the statistics are that you get it or that you die from it, the fact that there are some scary situations out there, and that is scary in itself. So I'm just super thankful that I have my health and that you guys are healthy and that everyone that I know immediately has been healthy. So I'm super thankful for that.
Jeff and I would also like to attribute yoga to our health.
Clearly, I could tell.
Yeah, tons of yoga happening over here. Hey, we could actually use this as a great segue, Stephen. Thank you. We have a phenomenal guest next week joining us, Ronnie Wright, and I believe she does some yoga, right? Right, Meg? Right.
Yep, that is right. And for the challenge, she is actually going to make us all do something super intimidating or hard and see if we can do it. So I'm super excited about that. Just basically to see these two.
No, I'm going to do the hardest.
I've done it with goats.
I'm going to do the hardest position of all time. It's called the corpse pose, where you just, you lay flat really still. And I'm telling you, it's super challenging. So tune in for that.
It actually is. It actually is challenging to sit still. Most people don't realize it.
Yeah.
Laying there. I can't.
Well, we don't all have ADD. All right, Stephen McFadden, why don't you give us something that you're thankful for in the year of 2020?
Yeah. So when I knew we were doing this topic, I was trying to think about just all the things, right? And I think that what I came upon was thankfulness kind of requires perspective or some sort of exposure, like not COVID exposure, but you know what I'm saying? Like I think of people that have like gone on mission trips or gone different places, and they've kind of seen how good they have it when they return. And I can't help to think, but 2020 has kind of been like been that here, like not to those extremes, but you've been able to see, unfortunately, friends that have lost jobs, right? People that have had trouble with their health, as Meg was mentioning, business issues, just some people struggling just their whole company wide, not just individual employees. But, I think I then look at that and think, okay, wow, I should be very, very, very thankful for all of those things that didn't affect us, right? The health, as Meg mentioned, our company is surviving. We all have jobs, which is fantastic, and not a lot of people can say that right now. And not to steal anyone's thunder either, but also looking at where we were prior. Oh, do I just do one thing?
Yeah, Stephen, it's one thing, man. We're going to continue to go around and around and around.
Go ahead. Sorry.
Goes, buddy.
I was monologuing.
We're going to go back around. We're going to give you
I was giving Stephen his 3 to 4 minutes to introduce himself and tell everything about himself.
And I'm with Perfect Promotions and more.
Yeah. Fair enough. Well, listen, before I give something that I'm thankful for, I did just want to jump into Facebook real quick. And Joel Moore did chime in. It's past us in the comments now, but I remember what he said. He basically just wanted to thank him and the team at Promo Corner. Just wanted to thank us for all of our hard work this year. So we appreciate you, Joel, and Lori and the whole Promo Corner.
Thank you for the platform. This has been awesome.
Yeah, it's been really good. So something that I'm extremely thankful for, I haven't listed these in any particular type of order, but I would have to say that my wife and kids for sure would be something that I'm incredibly thankful for. But I'm going to give one other thing real quick, just because you guys both sort of hit on COVID real fast. So speaking of COVID, this isn't really something I'm thankful for, nor should it be, but I was actually exposed to somebody that tested positive. I was exposed to them on Saturday. So I'm thankful that I'm not showing any symptoms of COVID right now.
Yeah.
But I am going to get tested to make sure. I have been locked down in the house. The only people that have been exposed to me are my wife and kids. But I'm wearing a mask even in the house, except for right now, obviously. And so it's been a little weird. We'll see how it shakes out, but can't wait to get that test. It's going to be a lot of fun.
Can I get it through audio?
Should I? What, the test?
No.
Oh, COVID? If I breathe on the mic hard enough, you might be able to.
Oh,
Yeah. So we'll save that for later. All right, Steve, I'm gonna play Uno here, and I'm dropping the reverse card. Let's go back to you for thing number 2.
Well, I was gonna mention the time. Right? So we've, being that COVID has happened, there's been a lot more time available to us, whether it be just more time at home, more time around family, as you were mentioning, Jeff, time to get projects done, which has been kind of nice, here and there, and just kind of reorganize. So I'm really thankful for the time that we've been able to kind of get back and figure out get back to like doing productive tasks, right? Not just filling it with all the other stuff. Don't get me wrong. I'm still guilty of watching TV and, doing fun stuff, but of course we're in quarantine, right? So yeah, I think time would be one of them.
And so Manny from Puerto Rico also chimed in on Facebook and it just wanted to basically ask if we had any news on, from what he's hearing, some suppliers in the industry aren't answering phone calls or emails. Not really sure what that's about. So no, we don't really have any news on that, Manny. But all I can say is that, COVID is real. We are experiencing, pretty large spikes in a lot of areas. So just expect people to be short-staffed and, just kind of manage your expectations a little bit. I don't know if you're experiencing any of those issues yourself personally, but I know, everybody should be up and running. I believe PPAI still has the that supplier page where, people can update, their current COVID status. So that could be a resource for you to check out as well. So sorry, I don't have any more information than that, but I would just say, try to manage expectations, especially now through the winter. Cases are spiking and, everybody's doing the best they can for sure. Meg, something else that you're thankful for?
Yes, it's a two-parter because it kind of goes hand in hand, but my job, SNS Activewear, and my coworkers. Let me start with SNS first because they have been absolutely amazing since COVID hit. I mean, we had a sales call, everyone was very somber in the very beginning, and we're like, man, kind of beating around the bush, like what's going to happen next? Like we're all just terrified. We're all losing our jobs. And then, the higher ups get on and their voices are cracking and they're just like, we are going to keep everybody on. We're here with you guys and we're all in this together. And it was really nice to see that they were coming down to our level to kind of show that empathy and like not worry, and because everything is so unknown, and SNS has done a really good job of just taking care of us all, making sure we all had everything that we needed, keeping us off the road, keeping us safe. And my coworkers, I have some amazing coworkers. I got to give Ellen a shout out, and she knows she can toot her own horn if she needs to, but Jessica, Ellen, Carla, Taylor's, just all of them, and Holly and Jason, like if I didn't have my coworkers, like my team, like I wouldn't know what I would do. Like they've literally talked me off the bridge. I think during Maskageddon, I even tried to quit twice and they wouldn't let me. I mean, it was an order of masks that didn't make it on the plane and I went on a truck instead. And I was like, if UPS doesn't turn that around, I'm done. They got UPS to turn around. So I mean, so grateful to have such a great team that has my back, that supports me, that encourages me, that empowers me. Like it's my team. Like you guys might just see Meg from SNS, but I have an entire team behind me that supports me. So beyond thankful for them.
Awesome. So Amelia chimes in on Facebook as well, and she says that first of all, she says Happy Thanksgiving, but then she says some may have to dig harder than others to find something, but we can all be thankful for something for sure. The fact that we're all still here and breathing is definitely one thing for sure. It's the best place to start. But listen, 2020 has been a wild, crazy, weird year. For me personally, I can say that it actually has been better than terrible, which is kind of weird to say because I know a lot of other folks are they've struggled this year. I mean, it's been super weird and we've had to pivot. Everybody loves that word. I mean, it's been a really crazy year, but honestly, I can't really say too much bad about it other than the fact that we can't really have the human interaction that we would like to have. I was scheduled to be on the road 30 weeks this year. And I really only traveled about 6 weeks in the first 2.5 months of the year. And then, basically been locked down since then. So it's kind of been a great thing because I get to, enjoy my kids and, spend a little bit more time with my wife and kids and be home and be present, while they're young. I've got a 3-year-old and a one that's about to turn 2. So it's kind of a great time in their life to be able to, have that time with them. But another thing, I mean, we had the opportunity to sort of break some news last week for a lot of folks because I don't think it had really made its way around yet. But I'm thankful for Paul Bellantone. The fact that he gave over 2 decades to this industry, and unfortunately, if you haven't heard the news, he's stepping down from CEO of. I guess he's CEO, right? President, CEO, whatever his role is. He runs PPAI basically, or the board runs PPAI, and he's sort of like the executive director of it, if you will. But he has decided to step down, and so I'm just thankful for his service and extremely blessed to have had him in my entire career with PPAI, and I'm excited for what's to come as well.
Do you think should we like gossip about that later? Like, do we think we should like nominate people, or do they have someone in the back end? Like, I feel like I have a couple people in mind that I think would be really good in that role.
Well, I mean, I'm sorry, what was that?
No, I just think, no.
You coughed. I didn't catch that. Yeah, no. So basically, the PPAI board is who will decide ultimately who will take that position, and so I'm sure that they would be taking resumes. So if you feel like somebody is up for the job, I would talk to them and then have them submit a resume to the PPAI
I mean,
board.
it's not my call. I just, I was looking at an email the other day, and I was looking at someone's accolades, and I'm like, this person just foundation after foundation after good thing after it's just literally trying to make this industry a better place. Like, it's just, I feel like it'd be a no-brainer, but I don't know.
I'm flattered, Meg, but I'm just really not interested.
Yeah.
Anyway.
All right, reversing it back again. Meg, why don't you give us another one?
All right. My family. I know that sounds cliche. I want to leave it for the last because it's not the least. It's the most important thing in my life. We work to feed our families, and when you do have to work so much that you can't spend time with them, like that kind of takes away from the purpose. But my family has been so supportive. Like BJ is working from home. I'm working from home. We've got a house full of kids. We're all kind of helping each other through all these virtual meetings and virtual classes and Zoom. And some of my kids are older now, so they are definitely stepping up to the plate with driving, picking up from school. And I mean, I have my little one that comes in and draws me pictures every day, and it's like, oh, you know what I mean? And on Monday, it was a Monday, this Monday, and I was really rough, and I was like on the phone with Ellen, and I was like freaking out. And she came into the room and she grabbed my face and said, "Mommy, just take deep breaths." And she's like, "Breathe." You're 4. I mean, you're 5. Like, it was just, I don't know. You need like these. I just love my kids. I love my family. I have a big, big family. And those of you who don't know me, I have actually a very huge blended family. There's 7 of them, ranging from a newly 5-year-old from this weekend up to 20. So very blessed. And as much as I want to strangle them and choke them 9 days out of 10, that 10th day, I'm like, I love them. And I'm very
9 days out of 7.
Yeah, exactly. I do want to, I just do want to say, like, at the end of this, I do want to challenge everybody. I hope that we can turn all this gratitude into a daily habit instead of just a once a year holiday obligation. And if this doesn't come naturally for you, then like, there's definitely, let's talk. Let's just talk. Let me give your soul like a makeover. So, Jeff, since it's coming back around, what do you have? What's your last?
It's me, right?
So what? You're gonna play the skip card. We're gonna skip, Steven?
I'm gonna play a draw 4 if you guys keep it up. Technology. That was one I was thinking about. I was like, if this would have happened, if all this stuff would have happened, I don't know, 10 years ago, like I don't know what we would have been doing with ourselves, right? Like, it's just, the platforms that we have, the bandwidth, like the Zoom, I mean, all the different meeting platforms. I hate to say it happened at the right time, but like any time, different time period of year, it would have made things a lot interesting. Like, I would have been curious to see how that would have gone. I'm not wishing it on our past, but I'm just saying. But yeah, people have been able to get super creative. There's been crazy developments in these, virtual meeting spaces. And then to kind of even elaborate on it, like telemedicine has come a long way because of all this. I mean, there's so many technological pushes that this has had, with everyone having to be separated, and it kind of makes you step back and be like, man, pretty thankful that we're in the time period that we are, for us to have been able to keep up with everything. So.
Sure. All right. So another thing that I'm thankful for, I think you guys both sort of hit on it, is just the fact that I do still have a job, and it's not just, hanging on and by a thread. Like, we're actually excelling this year. And so I'm thankful for incredible leadership with Nick Mirich and Peter Barblett, that we've been able to, basically, pivot again, I'll use that word, and launch into the face masks this year. We didn't jump into it, we weren't the first ones into the game, but we jumped in pretty early, and I think we came into it with a really good range and great pricing, and we've been able to excel from that this year. So really thankful that that I've got a job, and, just thankful for incredible leadership within my company and the whole team, really. I mean, everybody's had to step up this year, working remotely and through different conditions, and just, added pressure with drop ships and everything else. I mean, it's been a crazy year, and I'm just thankful for that, for the team that we have at Headwear. So, all right, Meg. No reversal this time. It's coming straight back to you. You thought you had more time, didn't you?
I don't have that long of a list. I'm concerned.
I only did 3.
Oh, Jesus, Steven, come on. You're being very, very, rude here. Like, you got to be a little more optimistic, sir.
I mean, there's everything.
Exactly. That's all you got to say, man. Now we'll do one more thing that we're thankful for, and then we can launch into to rapid fire.
All right, and I think so my last, but again, not the least, or the real last one, but I'm actually really thankful for this podcast. I'm thankful that I have made these amazing friendships with you, Steven, Jeff, Brandon, Bill when he was with us. Like, I feel like you guys are just my family now, and it has opened up a lot of doors. I've opened up a lot of just some recognition. It's really helped my ROI, not necessarily on a case by case or order by order basis, but I feel like overall, like it's just helped. It's helped grow my personal business and my personal relationships. People get to see this side of me that they normally wouldn't see me in a 9 to 5. Like my 9 to 5, I'm usually like business or emails or whatever. But this is like a little quick break from the day once a week, and I get to kind of just have a good time with you guys, and we get to laugh and hopefully the dogs don't start barking when this Amazon guy shows up. But I'm just super thankful for this podcast and everything that's come along with it, and the relationships that have come from it as well.
Awesome. Steven?
I just quickly wrote down when I knew I was going to have to do a 4th here, the podcast. Dang you, Meg. So I'll just go a little more vague. I think the industry, like our industry, we should definitely be thankful for being a part of it. As Meg mentioned, the connections through the podcast, but just even beyond that for myself, through social, being able to keep up with people and collaborate in the industry is more of a new thing. I think 10, 15 years ago, people weren't collaborating as much. And, now looking at where it is right now, I'm so thankful that it is where it is. I have legit friends that should be competitors. The supplier space there's some awesome people I've gotten to meet that have supported us just business wise and personally. There's a friend group, not just a work group. So I just kind of want to shout out just the industry as a whole, and be thankful for it. So thanks for.
I'm going to circle back on that because, Steven, we always talk about this as a relationship industry, and we talk on social media all the time. But half the people we don't know, we know in social media. And then you and I just met for the first time in January. And it's crazy because I know you, and then when I was training at SNS Activewear, I was on the road with Carrie Caruso out in Ohio, and she took me out to this meeting. It was 2 or 3 hours away. I was totally car sick, and she said Hassman marketing, and I didn't put 2 and 2 together.
Oh, yeah.
Didn't put 2 and 2 together, and I'm like, yeah, whatever. We go into this office, and then guy walks out, opens the door, and I look at him. I'm like, Kirby, and he was like, shit. And it was literally the first time we'd met. It was totally but I felt like I knew him, and now I'm actually doing a podcast with him next week. So it's crazy how this industry, it all kind of comes together, full circle.
Yeah.
Awesome.
So like I said, 2020 has actually been a pretty good year for me. It's been, like I said, very weird. But I've got a lot of things to really be thankful for this year. I mean, I'm standing in a new house. For those of you that don't know, my wife and I, have been putting in a lot of work this year. And so, just trying to figure out, what we can do to help ourselves stay motivated to continue to go through, the long yards or the hard yards. And, we started thinking about, a different house. First of all, we're both working from home now. So ultimately, we need some more space. We quickly outgrew the house that we were in, especially with the 2 kids and the 3 dogs. It's a lot, Meg, I can only imagine how you deal with the Brady Bunch over there, but, ultimately, like, you know, we ended up looking at houses and found an incredible house for a really good price. Like the federal, you know, interest rates are so low. Like we were able to sell our house so fast because there's no inventory on the market. We made, you know, good equity in that house and was able to really upgrade to a pretty nice house. So super thankful for that. You know, I'm thankful for my CPPA board. I'm thankful for all of the friends that I've made in this industry. So again, sort of piggybacking off of what you said, Stephen, with our industry and promo, I'm pretty particular about who I decide to associate with, and like the friends that people that I consider friends, like are ride or die. You know, like they're my peeps, and they will be for life. And so I'm pretty hard on who I decide to let in that inner circle. And I feel like there's so many friends that I have, that people that I can call really good friends in this industry. And I'm thankful for both of you also for that. So one other thing that I'm thankful for before we get into rapid fire is actually TechWeld, you know, pretty good segue there. Aren't you guys thankful for TechWeld as well? Listen, TechWeld's got some really awesome custom packaging. You know, they like to create new every day with their custom packaging. Division and it's a great example of this. Each box takes on a life of its own, and they can really work to meet your custom specifications regarding packaging. They've also got incredible sunglasses. They won the Distributor Choice Award for sunglasses at TechWeld for the 2019 Distributor Choice Awards in the sunglass category. And many of their SKUs are actually FDA compliant and offer UVA and UVB protection. So definitely check them out, techweld.com. You won't be sorry that you did. I can guarantee you that. All right, let's do some rapid fire questions. I'm not prepared for this at all. So we'll do I guess one round, or how are we doing it this week, Meg? We're going to ask one question, both of the other parties answer.
Yeah. I'll ask a question. I'll go first, and then I'll have you two answer it, then I'll answer it myself, and then same. Okay. I'm like,
awesome. Let's do it.
Makes sense. Okay. So Jeff and Stephen, if you weren't doing promo, what would you be doing? Oh, because we've all been doing this for so long. I've been doing it 16 years. Jeff, you've been doing it. I mean, I don't know, but you look old, so.
Yeah. Well, if I didn't dye my hair every week like somebody else, you know, you wouldn't be able to tell. Fair enough. No, you know what, there's so many other areas that I could have gone down. I know when I stopped working for the distributor that I was working for, I actually pursued law enforcement, and I am incredibly thankful, especially with all the shit that's going down in today's world, that did not come to fruition, because I don't know that I would have been able to handle everything that's happening in today's world as a police officer. So, you know, but that's one thing that I'd considered. You know, things that I'm really into: motorcycles, video games, that sort of thing. So maybe I'd find a career in something along those lines. Who knows? I wouldn't be as well off or in the position that I am doing anything else, though.
Same. Yeah. That's awesome. Steven?
I want to review roller coasters. Just ride rides all day and just review rides.
That is so random ass, but I love it.
I don't know. I think that'd be really fun. Just be an amusement park review guy.
People do that. I feel like on vacation,
yeah.
Like make a website and then like TikTok videos. Like you and Javier could even like.
It'd be so fun.
That would be fun. So okay, so in college I was actually pre-med, but obviously I don't want to do that. When you said law enforcement, it actually reminded me. But when I first started off in this industry, I actually wanted to be a New Jersey State police officer. It was the year that they had so many applicants that they tried to weed them all out by doing like the physical test first and the written, and then it was like a lottery at that point. So I definitely wanted to be in law enforcement. But if I had my way right now and I could do anything else, I would just be doing jujitsu and yoga all the time, teaching it, just living it, traveling all over the country, training at different gyms. That's just it's my dream. I just love it.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
So real quick before we go to the next question, just everybody that's you know wishing us a happy Thanksgiving in the chat, really appreciate it, and happy Thanksgiving to all of you as well. Mandy, Rod, Jessica, Onions, and anybody else that I'm missing. Just happy Thanksgiving to all of you. Stephen McFadden, do you have a rapid question?
I have 2 Thanksgiving really quick ones.
All right.
Inspired. Favorite pie for Thanksgiving?
Pumpkin.
Apple. Cheesecake. Anything but pumpkin.
What the hell is wrong with you? How do you not like pumpkin pie?
The texture, it reminds me of like canned dog food. I'll eat a pumpkin cheesecake.
What pumpkin
Apple.
pie are you eating, dog?
Anything. I can't. It touches my mouth, and I'm just like.
Apple for me.
Why don't you eat canned cranberry sauce?
Oh, hell
Oh,
yeah.
that's my next question. Hang on. I have my next question. It's been all
A
the
great
rage.
segue.
Canned or homemade cranberry?
Canned.
Neither.
Canned.
I'm
Neither.
with you, Jeff. Neither.
Neither. There's no right answer for that question, Stephen.
No, there is a right answer, and it's canned.
The answer
All you
is
people that try to get fancy and like put shit in your just break up. And I am a home from scratch type of person that nobody needs to touch or mess with the canned cranberry sauce ever. Just leave it alone.
All right, those are my 2.
Top it up.
I'm very much a from scratch kind of person too. I love the from scratch recipes. All right, quick question for you. What are your plans for Thanksgiving?
Who, me?
Yeah, I mean for both of you, duh. 'Cause
Early
this
morning
year's weird,
tomorrow.
man. Like, all right, Jeremy Whip, he chimed in on Facebook earlier and basically just said, hey, look, Fox was showing, the 4 million people or whatever that are traveling in airports and everybody's cluttered and blah, blah, blah. And listen, I get it, but at the same point, a lot of people aren't going to be doing that. A lot of people aren't traveling. So that's what I'm asking you. What are you doing this year for Thanksgiving?
Staying home, doing lunch, dinner with family, getting up early tomorrow morning to smoke a turkey for the first time. So
Oh,
Nice.
yeah, very nice.
Country would be proud.
Would they? So we also have a smoker. However, we smoke a ham, and everyone asks us always to bring our smoked ham to Thanksgiving. So it's like the second dish. So amazing, and I have the most amazing glaze. But Thanksgiving's gonna be weird this year. I know my parents aren't coming, his parents aren't coming. It's just gonna be a couple siblings over my sister-in-law's house, and a lot of people aren't coming. It's gonna be super, super small this year. Lots of turkey.
Normally we would hit 3 or 4 different households for Thanksgiving, not traveling like by airplane, but we would be driving to different locations and with different families and whatever. So, but none of that is happening this year. It's kind of weird. So we're just going to have a Thanksgiving Day feast with just the 4 of us here at the house. Maybe the dogs will get a few scraps. Who knows?
Randy had a good question, and this is a really good question. White meat or dark meat?
White meat.
White meat, easy.
I'm gonna go white. I don't mind either.
Yeah. I can't eat the chicken wings. I mean, I can only eat the flats. The dark meat, even on chicken wings, I can't eat. It's this fast twitching muscle fibers.
Higher protein.
Mandy Rudd says that it's just the 3 of them this year, but she's still making the same amount of mashed potatoes. And to that, I say, hell yes, Mandy.
Hell yes. Lots of homemade gravy and butter and so
all of it.
So I guess
what? You guys had both said you're smoking a turkey though, and I kind of want to do that now. Although I typically do the Gordon Ramsay turkey recipe.
Okay.
Really, really good. It's like a lemon butter zest chicken. It's really good. Yeah,
I will recommend for those that haven't decided which turkey recipe they're doing. My favorite and go-to and easiest is a champagne turkey.
Champagne turkey.
You literally pour
in here.
Yep, you literally pour a whole bottle of champagne over the turkey, and it acts as a coating and the liquid and the whole thing. It comes out perfect every time I've done it. It's awesome.
I use the Headwear Florence homemade gravy recipe, but I actually buy a whole turkey to make the gravy.
Very cool.
And throw the turkey out and just have the gravy.
Well, any other closing questions, comments, concerns from either of you two? Really appreciate you guys being on. And Meg, I really echo your sentiment. It is such a nice fresh break in the middle of the week to just come in here in the middle of the day on a Wednesday and really just, be with you guys and enjoy that time. I really appreciate you both.
Same.
Thanks all. It's been real. It's been real.
Awesome. Well, I guess everybody's tuned out and has left for the holidays already. All right, cool. Well, listen, guys, I really appreciate you. Tune in next week for Ronnie Wright. It's going to be a really fun episode, and you don't want to miss those yoga poses. I can promise you that. All right, take care, guys.
Bye.
Happy Thanksgiving.
Thank you for listening to this week's episode of Promo Corner's Industry Insider. For more great content from industry thought leaders, including podcasts, blogs, and videos, visit promocorner.com.